Hey, I want to share with you a few tips that will transform a wrist rocket into a vicious and deadly accurate weapon. This is a wrist rocket. In the hands of someone who knows what he's doing, this can and will kill squirrels, rabbits, and birds from over 50 yards away. A well-placed shot could even kill them. So you got to be careful with this. But to be effective, you must know how to fire this thing accurately. The problem is most guys can't do that, which means they can't get their shots on target. Even if they can, there's little or no power on their shots. And that's what these 3 tips are all about. Let's get into it. Tip number 1. When firing a wrist rocket, don't hold it like this. Hold it sideways like this. There's a number of reasons for this. Your hand, number 1, your hand isn't in your face blocking your aim. When you aim it sideways, it gives you more room. You pull it all the way back to your cheek. That means more power. It also means more accuracy because you can clearly see your target. Your hand's not in the way. The target over here is over 50 yards away. Most guys couldn't hit that target, but you will, and I'll show you how easy this is. And there's a third reason why you want to aim sideways like this. It's because you can use the upper fork as an aiming tool. Just place this upper fork on your target and use it as a reference point. If your shot hits high on the target, your next shot, just place the fork a little lower on your target. If your shot hits low, next time you take a shot, place the fork a little higher on the target. So you can just use it as a reference point. Use this simple method for a while, and very soon you'll develop a natural feel for nailing super accurate shots without having to even think about it. Tip number 2, use round ammo. Okay, rocks are great in a pinch, but you should expect inaccurate shots as just like a pitcher throwing a curveball. The air catches the uneven surfaces of a rock and just kind of pushes it sideways. So you don't have very accurate shots that way. So if you use rocks, you're going to give up some accuracy and consistency. And that's not good in the survival setting where, if you're using this for a hunting weapon, every shot counts. You're simply not going to get a lot of open shots on game that you want to eat. So that's why I suggest you carry a small bag of perfectly round ammo on you in a survival bag. It'll dramatically increase your accuracy. So let's talk about the different kinds of ammo that you should carry with you. First is the steel bearing. Now, the steel ball bearing that typically comes with a wrist rocket are, in my opinion, just too small. It's hard to keep this in the pouch, and it's easy to drop these when you're out in the cold and your hands are getting cold or you're wearing gloves. Now, the other option would just be a larger steel ball bearing, and the larger ones, though, are simply too heavy and expensive. So it's not cost effective or practical, and it's just too heavy to go into a go bag. So you wouldn't want to be lugging around a bunch of steel ball bearings all day that are big enough to shoot. This one's just simply too small. The other option would be a glass marble. Okay, these are the right size. That's about the size that you want to shoot. But again, they're too heavy, glass is very heavy, and they're too expensive. If you buy a bag of marbles, you'll know what I mean. So I suggest you carry clay marbles. This is the option that you should seriously consider. They're hard as rocks, they're less expensive, and they're lighter. And they are exactly the right size for deadly accurate shooting. All right, we got a target about 50 yards away, probably maybe a little less. But just see how we do. I'm going to take 5 shots, see how we do. I mean, look how straight these shots fire. Even at 50 yards, you can easily take down a squirrel, a rabbit, or a bird. Okay, that's 5 shots from about 50 yards. Let's see how I did. Okay. Looks like 3 or 4 of the shots landed, not dead eye, but not too bad. That would have probably killed him. 5th one's over here. There's a couple of errant shots that I shot earlier. But I gotta say, from almost 50 yards away, not too bad. Tip number 3, get a decent folding wrist rocket. Folding wrist rockets are easier to carry and store. This is for a go bag. Folds up small enough to carry in your back pocket too. The trick is to get a good folder. Most are simply too small and not made for full-grown men. So you want one with a thicker frame that doesn't twist on you and a wider fork, which gives you a lot better accuracy. This one's called a Hot Shot. It gives you the best of both worlds. It's got a thicker steel frame than most other folders. It's got a wider fork than other folders. It's also got the beefiest band on the market. This is important because you want something that will last. The band on this one is the best you can get and simply can take more wear and tear and it won't get dinged up when you're stalking game through thick brush. So this is just a much better band than anything else you're gonna find out there. So if you're interested in owning the whole Hot Shot package at a discounted price, including the clay marbles and a lot more power tips, even how to shoot arrows with this, then get to the link in the description. Because once you know how to use something like this, and it won't take long, it suddenly becomes a deadly serious weapon, perfect for a survival situation, because you can not only get food with this, but you can also protect your camp. It's also just a lot of fun target practicing with this in your backyard. You can set up a cardboard box and place a pillow or a blanket inside to catch your ammo so that you're not wasting anything. So get to the description below for the Hot Shot, some clay marbles, and more tips on turning your wrist rocket into a viciously accurate hunting tool, as well as this cool ammo bag that you're gonna need for carrying around your ammo. I'll see you inside.